The FBI just dropped a bombshell about Charlie Kirk's assassination that has shattered everything we thought we knew. Their findings about 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, the man accused of executing one of America's most influential conservative voices in broad daylight, could destroy careers overnight and has the political establishment rattled. According to leaked court documents and audio from the FBI investigation, the evidence is disturbingly calculated and politically motivated, revealing a level of planning that goes deeper than anyone imagined. When I first saw the material, I couldn't believe it. This isn't a random act of violence, but the documents suggest a coordinated political assassination planned weeks in advance. The most shocking details come at the end of the file. Surveillance footage the FBI released allegedly shows exactly how Robinson planned and executed the killing. Physical evidence includes disturbing messages carved into bullet casings that point to his motive, and the implications for political violence in America are so severe some are already calling this the most significant political assassination since JFK. To set the stage, on September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk, 31, founder of Turning Point USA, and a prominent conservative commentator known for his Prove-Moron campus debates, was speaking at Utah Valley University when, at 12:23 p.m., before an audience of over 3,000, a single gunshot struck him in the neck. He died instantly, and the shooter.
For 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us.
And it gets even worse. The Utah governor kept repeating that he was only praying that if this had to happen here, then it wouldn't be one of us. One of us. A remark that exposes a terrifying mindset where political optics seem to matter more than the truth. After a 33-hour manhunt that had the nation on edge, authorities arrested 22-year-old Tyler Robinson in Washington, Utah. And the way they caught him is almost unbelievable. Court documents I obtained say Robinson's own father recognized him in FBI surveillance footage and turned him in, calling a family friend who happened to be both a youth pastor and a U.S. Marshal Task Force officer. Imagine making that call. It gets worse. During the probe, Robinson allegedly confessed to his family, and, as Utah Governor Spencer Cox said at a press conference, Robinson had grown more political in recent years and had specifically targeted Charlie Kirk because he believed Kirk was full of hate and was spreading that hate.
This Tyler Robinson kid, I'll show y'all. That's him right there, Tyler Robinson. I'm not trying to like clout chase, make this about me, but I'm not gonna say I knew this kid really well. I didn't know him very well at all, but I definitely saw him for like 3 straight years in high school. And the best way I could describe him is just like a Reddit kid. I don't know, I feel like if you were in high school around that same time, and even probably now, like 2018, and then like, you know, those kinds of kids, but that's exactly what he was. All I'm gonna say is this is the kind of shit that happens when you spend way too much time online, and all of a sudden your beliefs are all the way this way or all the way this way, and you do some dramatic shit to please these people that are not your friends. This internet shit is seriously no.
Single quote says what absolutely shocked me. A classmate says Tyler the shooter was a Reddit kid, politically influenced online. Not some hardened criminal, but a smart young man who got radicalized by internet culture and political extremism. He wasn't even a Utah Valley University student, having attended Utah State University for 1 semester in 2021, scored 30 for 36 on his ACT, and held a $32,000 scholarships. So this was a gifted kid who apparently threw his life away for an ideology. The FBI's evidence is, according to court filings, unlike anything I've seen in a political assassination. Complete surveillance footage allegedly tracking Robinson's every move. The affidavit claims he arrived on campus at 8:29 a.m. in a gray Dodge Challenger, and the reaction from some people to Charlie Kirk's death has been absolutely disgusting. But before diving deeper into the evidence, it's worth remembering how unnerving it is that online echo chambers can turn a high-achieving, ostensibly ordinary young person into a political killer. One
job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my fucking job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore.
Someone actually mocked Charlie Kirk's death by sitting with posters and a sign that said Charlie deserved it, and the crowd's reaction was swift. People waded in and threw him into the water. Whether you agree with the method or not, it felt like a reminder that, amid the ugliness, at least some Americans still have a sense of decency. 111,111 millones, 111,111, viral clip on X showed someone celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and then getting fired from their job, though not fully verified. It spread quickly because people are fed up with this kind of open hatred, and it highlights just how polarized America has become. When citizens cheer the assassination of political figures, society is at a breaking point, but this case gets even darker. FBI evidence revealed that Robinson had engraved bizarre and disturbing messages on his bullet casings. The casing that killed Kirk was carved with phrases like notices, bulges, and oh whoa, what's this? A reference tied to furry culture and online gaming, while unfired casings carried messages such as hey, fascist catch with arrow symbols, Bella Ciao, the Italian anti-fascist anthem, and even if you read this, you are gay, El Mayo. It was a chilling mix of anti-fascist slogans, meme culture, and gaming references, proving Robinson wasn't just politically motivated but completely consumed by online radicalization. This blend of extremist ideology and internet humor shows how warped his worldview had become, and how the same toxic spaces are radicalizing thousands of young Americans. And if that isn't disturbing enough, court documents reveal that Robinson's roommate turned over messages showing the assassination was meticulously premeditated, with Robinson And it gets darker. Court documents say Robinson's roommate handed over messages showing the assassination was meticulously premeditated. Robinson explicitly told him he needed to retrieve a rifle from a drop, underscoring that this was not a spontaneous act but a planned operation driven by online radicalization, meme culture, and a warped mix of anti-fascist slogans and gaming references.
Responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. They should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment. And one of Charlie's greatest talents was his ability, this phenomenal ability to choose great people to follow.
People are now staging White Lives Matter protests outside the U.S. Embassy in Vienna, proof that Charlie Kirk's assassination has triggered international demonstrations and that American political violence is rippling across the globe, fueling extremism far beyond U.S. borders. This case isn't just about one killing anymore. It's about the collapse of civil discourse and the rise of political radicalism spreading throughout the Western world. What stands out most, though, is how the FBI used cutting-edge technology to track Tyler Robinson down. They lifted palm prints from the rooftop sniper position, matched shoe impressions to converse Chuck Taylor's, pieced together surveillance footage from multiple angles showing his route of travel, and even pinpointed the spot where he dropped from the roof and left behind physical evidence. The real breakthrough came when the FBI released video of the shooter leaping from the rooftop and running into the woods. Robinson's father recognized him instantly, and within hours the family was cooperating with authorities. The arrest came just 33 hours after the assassination. A speed FBI director, Kash Patel, called historic for a case of this magnitude. And then, Charlie Kirk's wife spoke publicly for the first time since the arrest, and what she said left the nation in chills. Sin is proof of how dangerous this is. He wasn't some unstable drifter, but a bright, college-educated young man who became so warped by online radicalization and extremist rhetoric that he decided murder was justified. The fact that he specifically targeted Charlie Kirk, whose core message centered on unity, free speech, and constitutional values because he believed Kirk was spreading hate, shows how broken our discourse has become. When defending the American founding principles gets you labeled a fascist worthy of assassination, the nation is in grave trouble. This isn't about left versus right. It's about the collapse of civil debate and the normalization of political violence. Robinson's arrest on aggravated murder charges, which could carry the death penalty, is only the beginning. The FBI is still analyzing his digital footprint, social media activity, and potential links to co-conspirators. Reports even suggest doorbell camera footage captured Robinson on the phone immediately after the shooting, apparently discussing what he had just done. And investigators are working to uncover exactly who was on the other end of that call.